Hi gang, this is Mike G from Mr. GTV. Just arrived back at my daughter's, having had a weekend away, seeing friends all over the place, and I'm catching up with everybody. I think one of the things that I've noticed most, having come back to the UK and getting back into UK conversations in the English language, which is my first language, is a shift in people's personalities. Possibly they've noticed that in me. I'm certainly noticing it in other people. And just environmentally and vibrationally, it feels different. I'm loving it, no judgment, but it's just being aware of how the last 3 years has impacted on everybody, sociologically, their personalities, their expectations. I think it's really made people look inside. Some people I'm meeting have lost social skills. They haven't been talking. Certainly I haven't been talking much in English. One of the things I was aware of is, and it sounds a funny thing to say because I'm a very happy person, but I haven't been doing much laughing in Thailand. My friends over in Thailand, we have good conversations. We enjoy ourselves. I enjoy myself. But I miss banter, which you could say, as a Mancunian, it's sarcasm, where I'm going to swear now, we take the piss out of each other. All my mates, we absolutely rip into each other because we love each other. And, people don't get offended. When you go to a new country, a new place, a new tribe, and you're projecting a vibe with that tribe, people sometimes are very cautious what they say. Actually, I'm not one of those people. I mean what I say and say what I mean. You're going to get it straight from the shoulder from me, whether you like it or not. And I don't intend to offend, but, I'm honest. I come from love. If you don't get that, not my fault. So most of the people I've reconnected with, if they've shifted and they've lost that ability to accept banter or give banter, then there's a disconnect, and it's very easy to disconnect. I've also posted some stuff on Facebook, and there's been some comments which it's generated, which is why I do it, to get people thinking. And I think people are concerned now, reconnecting, as society gets back to whatever the new normal or the old normal is. There's always growth in society. There's always growth in communication, in the way people interact. Relationships are never stagnant. They always move forward. Whatever you say creates something. Whatever you don't say creates something. There's no such thing as good and bad. A lady was asking me that I respect massively, did she do the right thing? And I said, there's no such thing as right and wrong. There's no such thing as right and wrong communication. As I say, I'm come from the shoulder. I say what I mean and mean what I say. But it's, what are you creating by saying that? Because you are a cause. The life that you're living now is based on everything that you've said, done and thought in the past. Everything that you say, do and think today will create your future. So, can you say something wrong? Well, that's subjective. What you say isn't wrong because you've said it, but is it kind? And the question is, do you want to be kind or do you want to be right? Sometimes you've got to make things right, haven't you? Sometimes you've got to say what's right, but then you've got to understand that when you say that, how is that going to be received? It's going to create something. So I tend to be mindful of what I say. I tend to, one of my favourite affirmations I've not used for a long time, but it's just come to mind now telling you guys this, is I pause for consideration before I respond. I pause for consideration before I respond. Before I respond with an action, with a thought, with an emotion. Just pause for consideration and just realise that what you do next will create something. It will shift. And once you've said it, quite often you can't take it back. Once you've done it, haven't you? Quite often you say, I put my foot in it, if you put your foot in it too often because you're not mindful of your responses, then you're going to create a disastrous, unbalanced future for yourself. So there's no right or wrong. It's just be aware that you're very powerful, and whatever you say, do, or think creates your future. And know what future you want to create, and say things that align and create what you want to create. Don't cause problems for yourself and others. So the world's changed, and I'm witnessing that. People have changed. I'm very lucky that we have a lot of honesty in my family, and I have a lot of honesty with my valued friends. But sometimes just bumping into people, past colleagues, past associates, people reconnecting with you politely, then you go into deeper dialogue, and it can go wrong because you're quite often associating to the relationship that you had with the world that was. And the world's changed, and you've changed, and people have changed, and you've got to be aware and mindful of that. You've got to be patient with that. A lot of people I'm finding are in low vibration for all sorts of reasons. That's another discussion. And quite a lot of people are in fear. They've not recovered from the trauma of what's gone on in the world, the trauma of what's being constantly presented to us with crisis. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns, and they're not necessarily as confident as you are, or as organised as you are, or as emotionally, mentally, physically balanced as you are. Maybe if they're not spiritual, they're not living by purpose and passion. No judgment. But when you have, if you like, a personal creed, when you're on a mission, when you're on what I call a hero's journey, you can pretty much cope with anything. When you understand that you've got a strong team within you, your mind, your emotions, your body and your soul are all connected. When you realise that there's things in the invisible, multidimensional realms that are there to support you as well, elementally as well as spiritually, whether you believe it or not, that you can use your intuition, that you can tune into a higher power, then you're not so worried about things on a physical level. But a lot of people don't have that knowledge, they don't have that awareness, they haven't had that experience. So that can make you a bit scary, that can make you feel alone and unsupported. You and me can support other people. You can imagine, I always say that they've got a sign around their neck, or they've got a t-shirt on that says, make me feel important. Make people feel important. Don't put people down, but don't allow them to put you down either, because you're wearing that t-shirt. If anybody disrespects you, then just be aware of that. Don't believe their put downs. They're projecting onto you who they are, not who you are. You know who you are through your affirmations. You know who you are by the decisions that you've made in the past about how amazing, powerful, miraculous, unlimited that you are. And if you don't know that you are those things that I've just listed, then we really do need a chat. So I'm enjoying the experience of being back and witnessing the massive shift that's took place because of world events. And I want to be part of the shift, because as a spiritual warrior with my MBS team and everything else that I do, and my work on Mr. GTV, both on Facebook and the YouTube channel, I'm sharing powerful occult knowledge. And occult knowledge isn't sinister. It's occult means hidden knowledge. It's stuff that the government, who tries to govern your mentality, hides from you so that you're not powerful, so you're subservient. And that's what governments do globally, and they always have done. Because there is a separation between them and us, and that's not politics, that's just theology, sociology. It's just human nature, unfortunately. There's a lot of people don't realise that they can share the power, share the love. They think that to be powerful, they have to put you down to make themselves feel good. And I'm seeing that, as I go round in different places, that a lot of people are very quick to point the finger and blame and criticise and put you down. I don't own any of that, and I recommend that you don't own any of that, that you put strong protection around yourself, and that you become super resilient, plug into your superpowers that are metaphysical and not physical, and just see the whole of these world global events as the cartoon and pantomime that it is, and step into your power. So be powerful, make people feel important, but put yourself first. Don't people please, please yourself. You are your own best expert. You know what's best for you. And check back for more from me, Mike G. And if you want to chat, I'm here for that. Take care. Enjoy your mind.